The 80s brought us leg warmers, neon everything, and big hair, like really big hair.
But some of the most enduring trends from that decade involved food, from mall favorites to a groundbreaking style of pizza.
The History Channel's Adam Richman is taking us back with foods that taste like the 80s. And that's our featured story at the top of the list. Yeah! The 80s brought us unforgettable cultural icons like Jazzercise, the A-Team, and new wave acts like A Flock of Seagulls. Our musical tastes have changed, but have our taste buds? The History Channel's Adam Richman looks at what we ate in the 80s.
Join me as I reveal some surprising tidbits about the foods you love from one of the greatest decades ever.
We'll start off at the mall with a pair of food court favorites, Auntie Anne's and Cinnabon.
The finest, freshest ingredients, baked fresh before your eyes.
Adam says one ingredient almost sidelined this classic treat. Luckily, the owner's son went against Dad's wishes.
They were originally supposed to contain raisins, and he just, of his own volition, sort of contradicted his father and said no raisins, and I was like, you're doing the Lord's work. Raisins are awful.
Another food court fave is Auntie Anne's. Adam discovered their recipe has a unique twist, a secret dip that is so crucial you'll barely recognize the flavor without it.
Really, like no flavor. How tragic is it? Even butter couldn't save it.
Food bloggers speculate it's either baking soda or a dash of sugar that unlocked the flavor. Either way, it was a recipe for success.
I think we've sold very close to 1.7 billion pretzels.
Domino's, the pizza that dominated the decade, is next on our tasty tour of the 80s.
Pizza is the only thing Domino's Pizza makes.
And one of these pies was a tad too far ahead of its time.
For 6 delicious months, Domino's actually had a breakfast pizza.
The savory breakfast pie came with a USA Today newspaper and a coffee. While pairing those items these days sounds easy, it was a logistical nightmare in the 80s.
Before the internet, it just wasn't possible. It just proved to be a little bit of a logistics snafu.
But Adam was able to taste this classic.
You've got American cheese, eggs, breakfast sausage, bacon.
To know that this is something that generally the public has not seen in over 3.5 decades is so amazing. You know I have to taste it.
We'll wrap it up with something to chew on. The taste and flavor of Big League Chew is sure to bring back memories.
But Big League Chew was in a league of its own in the 1980s, and I was able to get the inside baseball on this transcendent treat.
Rob Nelson, a left-handed pitcher for the Portland Mavericks, wasn't a fan of the bad health effects of chewing tobacco, so he founded Big League Chew.
I said, what would you think of the idea if we shredded bubble gum and put it in a pouch where we could look cool, but we wouldn't make ourselves ill?
Today, they're about to sell their 1 billionth pouch.
Catch Adam Eats the 80s, streaming on the History Channel. Taking our taste buds back in time.
Oh, hello, gorgeous.
Is at the top of the list.